We're all one. I've heard that before. I'm sure you've heard it before numerous times. I hear it every time I go to church um, or any kind of spiritual gathering. Everyone's saying we're all one. We're all one. Well, the ego, the mind in me wants to figure out, well, what does that mean? We're all one. For me, the more important or the more significant place to go is, what's behind that? What's behind the statement, we are all one? Obviously, we're not all one on some level, because I'm here, you're there, this rock is here, the water is there. It's all separate things. So there's this internal conflict that arises that when I hear we're all one. My brain goes, well, no, we're not. But yet there's this inner stirring that feels great peace and great joy when I hear that statement. That there's a sense of yearning that says, I want to know that oneness that this statement points to. So if we take it one step further and say, all right, well, we're all one, what's behind that? And in all the great teachings of the world, religions, mythology, mysticism, mystics from thousands of years ago all pointed to and said we're all one. And it's the word point, I think, that works, because the statement we are all one is a symbol. It points to a truth. And the truth is we're all one in our essence. This world of separation is a world of separation. It is what it is. It's our experience. But if we start to look at this experience from that level and start to peel away the layers, and I don't like to use that scenario because we hear it all the time, but it's layers like peeling away layers on an onion. If we start to peel those layers away, we can start to have experiences where that sense of we are all one is closer. It's more embedded in what we do. And this feeds to or works with the notion of love and being more loving. One aspect of what's behind we're all one is, well, if we're all one, then that one is God. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about God, because once I bring up God, everyone has their own stories, their own connotations, their own visualizations, their own experiences, everything that comes with God. So let's say it and then leave it, but stay with that concept of oneness. And if we're all one, and that oneness is pure love, then the question that really comes up is, if in my essence I am one with everyone and everything, and even that's an interesting statement, because I can't be one with something, it raises an internal conflict. But rather than focusing on the statement of we're all one, if I focus on the notion or the concept of love, that at my essence I am love, then the question becomes, how come I'm not experiencing that love on a daily basis, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? That question is interesting. There's something in me, and there's something in all of us, that yearns to experience that love, that yearns to be that on a daily basis. And it surfaces in all kinds of ways. The most common that I can think of is if you're watching a movie and you see a scene in a movie that just stirs your heart. Maybe it's two people really connecting and joining in a conversation. Or maybe it's like in Field of Dreams when he plays catch with his father. If that stirs something in you and it brings up emotion, I'm going to say tears. I love how instead of saying crying, we say emotion. That's that essence that we're all one points to. So the teaching and the practice becomes one of looking at and trying and beginning to discover and uncover the obstacles. If my essence is love, and I'm not experiencing that 24 hours a day, then there must be something in the way. There must be something blocking me from having that experience. And this student of experience teaching that I'm out sharing with everyone is all about looking at those obstacles. And in looking at the obstacles, I can look at something, let's just say anger. A moment that I'm angry on the road, in a car, whatever it might be. If I can find the presence and the awareness to spend a couple minutes with that anger and look at it, I'll eventually see it for the silliness that it is. It has no value. I'm convinced that it has value. Ego teaches me that it has value because when I'm angry at someone, it's me saying I'm right, you're wrong. And because I am not in touch with that love that I am, I feel unworthy. There's this background sense of unworthiness. And so the anger is an obstacle. It's designed to block me from seeing the unworthiness. And the unworthiness is an obstacle. And it's designed to block me from experiencing the love. So I don't have to get really deep. All I have to do is look at the anger in a given situation, just for a couple minutes. And the more I look at it every time it surfaces, the more I start to recognize that it really doesn't have any value. It brings me suffering. I think it's going to bring me, in that initial moment, I think, wow, I'm going to feel good. I'm going to attack this person. Okay, he's wrong, I'm right. Oh, I feel better. But that passes. That's fleeting. And what it leaves me is in suffering, as long as the anger is lingering. So as you start to look at these obstacles and strip them away, that essence, that oneness, that love that we are, is free to start to emerge, and I'm free to start to experience it. But I have to look at the obstacles first. It's not about being more loving. It's not about trying to go out and be something that I'm not. If in any given moment I'm angry, that's the best I can do. And I'm delusional and I'm lying to myself if I stop and say, okay, now I'm not going to be angry because I want to be loving. That misses the point. The anger's still going to come back. It's going to resurface. It's a behavior that I haven't looked at. Looking at it eliminates it. It lets me go. It sets me free. And then all that's left is the love. What else can I experience? If you like what you just watched, subscribe to this channel and visit my website at jamespatrickmcdonald.com for more subscription-related content.